Do a boss relic swap though. First key. Can make it work. I've been playing like kind of garbage today, but that's alright. What's your favorite genre of game? Roguelites would be my predicted answer, but I don't know. Noxious Fume sounds a bit fun. That's fair. Take the max HP loss. My favorite genre of game is honestly probably visual novels, but deck building, well, just roguelikes in general are probably number 2. How often do you like to take the boss relic swap? So honestly, I find myself taking it probably 30% of the time. Depends on the character, obviously. I think on defect, I never take boss relic swap. Even though I don't care for the defects starting like later on, it feels really, really necessary to get through Act 1. Because it turns dual cast into a dead draw half the time. After image would be huge here. Don't want to risk getting pain again. There's after image. Play all of our powers this turn. Do a little blocking. Yeah, Silence also probably the one I'm most likely to take as well. Maybe the Watcher. I'll take a Watcher relic swap quite a bit. I feel like Watcher, there's not too bad of an option. Ironclad I also, yeah, it's really just the defect. It's the only one who I feel like boss relic swaps are a bit risky. Yeah, that's true. Her relic is kind of crazy. What do you feel about the upgrade, which, if you don't know, the upgrade is, I think, Ring of the Serpent? That might just be your regular, but it makes you draw 1 card, but it's every turn instead of just the first turn. Piercing Whales, I'm gonna take here. Because some people debate it's a debuff. To me, it depends what I'm doing. If I have a lot of innate cards... Yeah, that's fair. I should have Blessing of the Forge earlier. Oh, wait. No, I had enough. Never mind. That was just bad place. Oh. Yeah, I feel like if you start building for, like, the end, that's kind of just a noob trap. Half of getting to the heart is getting to the heart, not just beating the heart. That's fair. I like Ring of the Serpent. Unless I'm running like super heavy innate, so there's like a really nice energy relic, I'll usually take Ring of the Serpent. I'd say I don't value it quite as much as well, I was thinking there. I don't value it as much as like a energy relic, but I'd say it's like B plus tier if I were to rank it. Maybe A minus tier. What's your least favorite boss relic? I'd be stuck. Busted Crown's my least favorite, actually. Busted Crown 100%. Everything else, I'll kind of try to roll with it. I am not a Busted Crown fan, though. Ectoplasm would probably be second. That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. I never take Crown 2, but sometimes I'll get a boss relic swap with it, and those are the only times I debate just Xing the run. I still usually don't and try to make it work and tell myself I'll probably get something worth it, but it's bad. Busted Crown makes your deck so unbelievably bad. Ectoplasm just sucks early on. It can be alright if you've already got a lot of gold piled up. I'd argue it's never fantastic, though. Coffee Dripper is probably my favorite energy relic. Because honestly, again, I don't find myself resting, like ever. Not to say that's good or how you should play, but since I never find myself resting, yeah, that's fair. Sometimes I like to... Ooh, Molten Egg this early is awesome. Dash feels great. That's fair. I used to have a really bad habit of like just restarting a bunch till I got something I liked, and I've been breaking that by, you know, forcing myself to play it through, but sometimes it's definitely like, drop it, do whatever's fun, honestly. No shame no matter what. Especially when I was playing like the Binding of Isaac more frequently. I would keep being like, oh, this makes for a boring run. I'll just restart. And it got to the point where I was spending more time restarting than playing the game. And I'm like, maybe I should give it a floor or two. No, I mean, that's fair. I feel like peak play is whatever you enjoy the most. Events are more fun than fights, I would argue. And so that's pretty fair, honestly. What act has your favorite events? I almost want to say Act 2, but I never get the events I like in Act 2. Because Act 2 has Apparition, which is game win easy. Dodge roll's good. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Shuriken's still good though, even for a poison deck. Oh, what upgrades do we want? Noxious Fumes, probably. I think I can take another... I'm gonna risk it and take 2 elites, but I might regret this. That's fair. Act 3 has some awesome events. Although the only one I find super memorable for Act 3 is the one where it gives you 3 choices once to fight the boss of a prior act. That's the only one I find myself remembering. But I almost always go for events in Act 3, mostly because you don't really need the cards and fights for Act 3. So it's ethereal. Clumsy's not so bad then. Card match is fun. I couldn't call it my favorite, probably. That's a good question. Actually, card match is pretty interactive. A lot of fights suffer from not being too interactive, so maybe it would be something similar to the card match. Uh, hmm. It's actually a really good question. Honestly, it's probably the one I mentioned in Act 3, where you have 3 choices and then... Actually, there was definitely a better play there. That's alright. I was forgetting to count stuff. There we go. But yeah, I really like the Act 3 event where you can fight another boss. That's usually the one I take, but sometimes it's fun just for the variety of it. If I have a shop coming up, I can do something with like normalities. Or if I'm having something really weird, I might grab the upgrade all cards. The upgrade all strikes and defends or remove 1 card is also a fun event. Do you feel like events are more often positive or more often negative? Oh, is that what the event's called? I know that's one of the things. Oh, yeah. I Am Awake, is that the upgrade one? I don't remember their names too well. Dash is gonna clutch here. Yeah, that's fair. The upgrade one, I also really like the upgrade one. I think I have only taken it twice though, unfortunately. Usually I'm a bit worried about... Ooh, incense burner is awesome. Plus knife. It's not what this deck wants to do, but it's kind of what I want to do. I'll take it for now. Really? I have the exact opposite. Well, maybe not the exact opposite. Hand of Greed's tempting this early. Take a membership card. Whetstone's tempting. Bane is tempting. Bane and a card removal sounds like the best. Because that event, isn't it like a 50% chance you get something bad? Then there's like a Ka mask. Doesn't do much. It's funny. Doesn't do much. I always get a bad face. I think the only time I haven't gotten a bad face is a run where I got the Ka mask, and I mean, it was fine. It was just like, man, I end up doing it more often than not because I'm like, oh, if I get something cool, it'll make a super fun run, or it's more fun to not take the money. That's fair. I always end up doing it, but I always end up getting a bad card. And I'm like, it makes me so upset. Oh, we can't quite kill you. We'll just walk it through. Yeah, that event's not bad. I just end up always getting the worst one. I don't quite mind just getting money, though. Money's fairly good. Act 1 has some really solid events, honestly. Between like the 15 HP for 2 upgrades, even just getting gold in the face event isn't bad, if not just trying to get a good face. It's got the cleric event, I think, card removals. I don't know, the cleric face gives you 1 max HP every floor you climb, and that can oftentimes get you way above 100 HP, which is pretty dang good. I think there's an argument to be made, because usually empty chest isn't so bad, I would say. It's not ideal, but especially if I'm at the end of Act 1, so I get that going into Act 2, it's not so bad. Now, if it gets rid of your first chest, yeah, no, you're bricked. Absolutely done for. We get rid of your second chest, is that? Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it doesn't help that there's, what, 2 good masks, 1 neutral mask, and 3 bad masks. It's still a fun event, though. I do give it that. Who's your least favorite Act 3 boss? I think Time Eater's probably the expected one. Mostly because Time Eater sucks. How many noxious fumes can you take, I wonder, without just being bad? I think you can take 2 noxious fumes if you're playing risky. Honestly, 1 noxious fumes is probably where you get the best results. So it's probably a bad play. That's alright, though. 1 noxious fumes is good because it gets rid of artifact over time, and it makes poison stop decreasing. At the point of 2, it's kinda... That's fair. I don't mind them. They feel pretty easy. And so I can respect it, because it's free. Timekeeper makes you think. I can tell you that. Some of the most intense wins I have is with Timekeeper, but I always get Timekeeper on my really not Timekeeper decks, and that sucks. Like, I'll be playing Watcher with, like, 5 Flurry of Blows, and so I'm playing, like, 6 cards a turn, but they're all doing low damage. It makes me so upset. But he does make it more interesting, and a lot of times it feels really good to beat him. Because I'll be playing on, like, a Claw deck, and I'm like, there's no way I can do this. But when I do it, it feels so awesome. There's a world you take Cloak and Dagger here. It's not this world, though. I'll take the explosive potion, though. That was actually kind of pointless. What's the most intense song you can play on the guitar? Backstab is interesting. If it was earlier in the act, I probably would have taken it. I'm a sucker for producing mail. Yeah, as in difficulty. Neutralize sure is tempting. No, fighting Hexaghost? No, fighting that. I'll look at neutralize. Applying 2 weak just feels really valuable. On smaller decks, it's pretty much guaranteed permanent weakness. Voice crack. That's fair. There we go. Do you have any obscure deck builder recommendations? Because only 2 I've really played is Palatro and obviously Slay the Spire. That's full still. That's fair. I don't have that many hours into Palatro. I prefer Slay the Spire a little more, but Watcher was awesome, honestly. Definitely no complaints from me. I have not played Monster Train. I'll probably check it out, though. I mean, I've honestly never heard of it. And so, pretty cool to me. You excited for Slay the Spire 2? Think it'll be as good as the first? Twist dash. A little bit of a painful turn. That's fair. I hope they have all the same characters. I don't think they're going to get rid of a character. I've heard some talk about like getting rid of a defect, but Claw was in the trailer. Granted, some people say that they're going to give the new character Claw. I don't think that's likely. But if they get rid of a defect, I'd be really sad. Defect is so much fun to play. When's Slay the Spire 2 scheduled to come out? Let me look that up. If it's got a release date, it might just be announced. The Watcher being gone is fair. The Watcher, I feel like, is probably the least balanced character. Yeah, that's fair. She's the one who I have the least stuff in. I think she makes for just least interesting content, in my opinion. Winning as her feels a little easier, just because you can do some crazy things with Wrath. And also, it feels like archetypes. Never mind. Maybe I'm just tweaking. Doesn't look like there's a release date. Looks like it's just announced. Oh, Adrenaline's pretty much always take, for me at least. Velvet Choker almost silent always feels sucky. I'm honestly gonna take a Pandora's box here. This is okay. We got some good ones like Footwork, Envenom, Deadly Poison. We got some not great ones like Endless Agony. Actually, Endless Agony's okay, I guess. It's 12 damage. Reflex is nice. Fleshouts probably isn't going to be too wild. That's honestly pretty fair. You can always rely on modders. I really don't think they would get rid of the defect. I think defect, isn't he like one of the most popular characters? I'm actually going to look it up. I hear the most praise for the defect. I guess there's not any great like official tier lists. I was kind of hoping there would be like a Twitter poll made by the devs. That's possible. I wouldn't be too surprised, honestly. Oh, membership card makes me want to go for that shop. We'll get that route. Come on. Ironclad's good. I used to dislike Ironclad, but now I think it's silly to dislike him. He's honestly awesome. It's because I didn't understand exhaust mechanics at all. I would always avoid exhaust cards, and if you play Ironclad, avoiding exhaust cards can be really rough. I also would avoid self-damage cards. So offering was a never take for me. And I think you could see how avoiding those two things would make you a really, really bad Ironclad player. You can't avoid exhaust and self-damage cards. The only thing I would play was strength decks and block decks. Alright. Well, shots is too crazy here. Footwork's nifty. Here, I'll play full shots. Yeah, he can kind of afford to do that. Self-damage decks, I honestly haven't played too many, because it's only recently I've gotten back into them. Honestly, the mentality of like hating self-damage and exhaust was up until pretty recently, but I kind of needed to get past that to get past like Ascension 12. But yeah, the only way I got to Ascension 10 as Ironclad was just block decks. I'd just get lucky. And whenever I got a block deck, I'd win. Otherwise, I'd not. Now I've actually spent some time figuring the character out. Yep, 100%. Plus, most of the good block cards are exhaust. And not to mention, like, Fiendfire. I'd never take that. Like, Fiendfire is the worst card in the game. I was absolutely on something when I first started. I was not willing to look at HP like a resource. Expertise is okay. Not too crazy about it, though. The expertise plus, I'll take it. Might regret it, though. When I very first started playing the game, Defect was my favorite, Ironclad was my least favorite, and now Silent's my favorite, so... When you first started playing the game, who'd you like the most? Or is it about the same as your original stance on them? Or how long have you been playing Slay the Spire? Because I played Slay the Spire right when I think the Watcher came out. I know when I started the game, Watcher was out. And so I'm not that long time of a player. I think it's probably been 3 years. Silent Poison's really fun. It's not too consistent, unfortunately, but just the idea of getting Catalyst to me was crazy. But Silent Poison's just nice and fun. Acrobatics is kind of awesome. Oh, Warpaint's awesome, so is Afterimage. That's fair. All this Smith Stone's also awesome. Reminding myself what I have in this deck. Unless Agony is inoffensive, it exhausts. Unload's probably our worst card here. Just rescanning the deck. Maybe Flechettes. Flechettes isn't so bad on a good turn. Get rid of Unload. That's absolutely insane. And on Timekeeper, too. That seems hard, because it seems like he would end a turn while you're at, like, 400, and then, you know, proc the poison and kill himself. Man, this is rough choices. I think I want Warpaint. I'll take all this Moonstone. Oh boy, Apparition. Do I even want to take Apparition? Is it good? Yeah. I'll skip it for now. Apparition's 100% good, but to me it kind of takes some of the fun. Oh yeah, Nightmare Catalyst is crazy. Every time I take Nightmare, it doesn't quite work out for me. Might just be because lack of skill issue. Oops, should have Flechettes first. Who do you think has the strongest overall chance of just... Well, who do you think is the strongest character? I was going to say who has the strongest deck, but that pretty much is just asking who do you think the strongest character is? Because I honestly... Watcher or Ironclad, probably. Yeah, Nightmare Footwork. Yeah. Hell, even Nightmare Wraith form sounds like it would beat most runs. What is that, 12 forms of invulnerability? Just complete invincibility? If you can't beat the heart in 12 turns, you probably are... Well, you could be running some sort of block deck, but it's probably over in that case. Yeah, the Defect has the most potential, I would say. My consistency as the Defect isn't too good, and so I always rank him a little lower. I've always liked how, like, varied the Defect feels, though. Like, a lot of times, the Silent, I'll end up taking the same few cards. Like, I never mind a Dodge and Roll. I never mind a Footwork. Fusion, I assume? Fusion plus, like, maybe Meteor Swarm? Sounds like how that would be possible. That was order. That was more order. Oh boy. I've never been able to get a good fusion deck going. Every time I find Meteor Swarm, it's too early on to where it would just be a dead draw. Don't have the energy. Yeah, that's fair. Concentrate's pretty good here. Should have used Flechettes a while ago. That's alright. Oh yeah, with Tempest. Yep, that's fair. Honestly. Oh, I'll take a calculated gamble here. What's your opinion on Defect Dark Orbs? Because I've been looking into like strategies on like how to make Defect more consistent. So when I get better at Defect, because he's really fun to play, I'm just not super consistent with him. And a lot of people have been suggesting like Dark Orbs. Not like a ton of Dark Orbs, just one or two Dark Orbs. And Dark Orbs I always thought was definitely a very committal thing. That's fair. I think I need to get more into Dark Orbs. Might lose here if I'm not too careful. What's your opinion on Claw? I had a crazy Claw deck the other day. It was actually when you left and said good luck, I was like, alright. And then like, I got that good luck. I kept getting Claw after Claw. I had 4 Claws by the end of Act 1, I think. And then my first Act 1 rare, well, the Act 1 rare after the boss, not my first Act 1 rare, was all for 1. Claw decks are usually inconsistent as hell, but man, when they work. Still should have Flechettes earlier. Oh yeah, multicast. Yeah, I always get multicast when I don't have Dark. That's fair. I don't play a Claudex too often just because it relies so much on getting the same card, but when I do, it's pretty fun. Let's see. Dodge and roll. Calculated gamble this. What orbs do you usually pair on your Claudex? Usually I'm stuck between Fusion and Frost. Yeah, Hologram helps. Rebound can also help because you can shove it back to the top of your thing, but Hologram is the ideal option. Reprogram can also help some to give yourself. I've always wanted to do a good reprogram deck. Doesn't usually work out though. But I do appreciate the defect can like totally ignore his main gimmick and go for just like a really weird claw or reprogram deck. That's always felt really cool to me. But it was awesome. That is what I've appreciated about the defect. It's what makes him feel the most varied. That's fair. My Claudex unfortunately never include reprogram despite how awesome it is. I can do that, Elite. I can do it. I can take it. That's fair. I mean, Fusion isn't affected by, This is a little scary. Yeah, Fusion isn't affected by, Sorry, I was thinking. Fusion isn't affected by... Focus, that's what I was looking for. Focus. What's your preferred way to gain energy on defect other than fusion? Do you prefer turbo, or are you more of a double energy kind of person? I guess they both have their different niches. Get rid of these. Yeah, I like turbo quite a bit. Get rid of flechettes. Dodge real scope actually. Pick that. Bane. You an overclock fan? Yeah, they aren't doing a whole bunch. Usually I'd take him out because it makes this guy attack less, because this guy I think has a higher chance to attack the more minions he has. But I'll kind of just let my Noxious Fumes deal with him, and he happened to attack on the time where I was getting my Incense Burner. So I really have just been kind of letting them do their thing. Because I can usually survive with block or whatever. Constant weakening. That's fair. Overclock is always iffy because it shuffles that burn in there. I end up taking it a lot because I'm a sucker for overclock. I can just press the end turn button. More fun to kill him that way, though. What do you think the worst defect card in the game is? Concentrate could... Oh, wait, no, I don't have my starting relic. That sucks. I guess Adrenaline could just be good. Take one more Bane. Yeah, that's fair. Oh, yeah. I keep forgetting. I keep adding curses to my deck. Oh, this event. What's your opinion on the Red Mask event, or specifically the one where they try to mug you for your money? I will more often than not die to them than give them my money. Even if I know my deck can't handle it, I hate the idea of giving these saps my money, dang it. You know how hard I work to get this money? Hard enough to where I'm not letting them steal it, that's for sure. Actually, this is not one of these where I can get Kill Bear, huh? Maybe I can. Good expertise roll, and I probably can Kill Bear here. Alright, I can Kill Bear. Can't get my footwork off, but killing him's almost... Hello World does suck. That's pretty funny, yeah. Hello World I'll only take if it's super early on, because it helps with so many of the Act 1 elites, because every card is better than Strike and Defend. Okay, except maybe Clash. Clash is pretty bad. But man, past like Act 1 elites, Hello World is not great. Creative AI is really fun, I just wish it scaled a bit faster. It's very rare I can justify actually hanging with it. I've gotten a lot more consistent on these guys, at least. It's pretty rare that I can survive Act 2 and not survive these guys. Yeah, or I wish its upgrade made them, like, upgraded. Because it kind of sucks, because you're just getting a bunch of unupgraded powers for 3 energy. I think it upgrades into a 2 energy card, if I'm correct. I don't take it very often, so I wouldn't be too surprised if I'm just incorrect. I fully stand by not liking creative AI that much. Well, I really like it. I love it. It's just as, you know. Yep. I mean, typically I'm dead before I even reach these guys. It is very rare I'm like, man, but this deck slaps so hard that if only these guys weren't here, I could totally take them. These guys aren't too bad when you kind of know the strategy. Oh, footwork here is okay. Concentrate's tempting. Concentrate and Adrenaline really want an upgrade. I'd like to upgrade myself more. That stuff. I don't think Birdman will scale fast enough to kill me. What are you hoping the new character in Slay the Spire will be like? Oh, for sure. Potion Belt is so cracked. I used to undervalue potions way too much. It's criminal how much I undervalue potions. Potion Belt is so crazy. Like, you can take it, and it's like, it's a free power choice, and that might be a Echo form, Wraith form. It would be cool if he summoned minions, yeah. I hope he has some sort of cool mechanic. But yeah, Potion Belt is absolutely insane. I used to not value it at all. Oh sure, I need a block. Duh. Piercing Whale should do the job though. Is there any model characters that summon minions? I felt like there was in Downfall, but the only thing I can think of is the Gremlin dudes. They don't really summon minions, they kinda just are the minions. Kinda rough, but it's actually not so bad. Oh yeah, the Necromancer. I forgot about him. I think I have played him a total of once. There's so many characters in Downfall mod, but I haven't played them all extensively. I probably should. I played them all once, and then I really felt myself craving like a silent run. Those versions not so good right now. I like plants. On a dope. Like a well-like plants. Adrenaline's pretty awesome. I haven't watched Sailor Moon. I've watched so many animes, it's crazy, but never Sailor Moon. Have you watched Sailor Moon, any? Just curious if it's any good. Alchemize is kind of wild. Probably not wild for this deck. Impatience I really like. I used to not care for Impatience too much, but Master of Strategy is just free though. I can afford a lot of things, so I'll kind of go wild. That's fair. Oh, what anime do you watch? If any. Yeah, I think Sailor Moon, I don't want to call it a shonen. I honestly don't know much about it. It's just I think a typical magical girl anime. It's definitely not a shonen, I don't believe. Got a lot of powers off. Can use a piercing whale here. I think those guys are going to be fine for now. I can leave them be. Probably about time I kill him. I believe I have watched all of those, although I haven't quite finished Spy X Family. I'm at the start of Season 2. I'm reincarnated as a slime. I haven't watched Season 3 yet. Demon Slayer's newest season I haven't watched. I need to really catch up on all these. Jujutsu Kaisen, I'm just on the cusp of finishing Season 2. All of those are pretty awesome picks. What's your all-time favorite anime? Mine would probably be either ReZero, maybe Code Geass as a contender. I haven't actually watched that one. That's an older one. And I don't end up watching many older ones. I've been meaning to, it's just catch up on the newer ones, I guess. I would do that, but Honestly, I'll probably start watching it soon. I've watched anime. I don't watch anime quite as much anymore. I still watch it a ton, don't get me wrong. But used to, I mean, like, I was finishing One Piece, and that's something, and now I'm not finishing One Piece. Not to say I won't finish it in the future. One Piece is just a lot of time. And honestly, hot take, One Piece is alright. I mean, that's fair. I mean, I've heard a lot about it, so I would believe it. Oh, we can play some patience here. Is it just like a shonen, or what's like the general plot synopsis on it? That's fair. Have you watched One Piece, or just not too into it? Because I've watched up to like episode 1050, and I still plan on continuing it, because I'm too into it now. I can't stop now. But man, most of the arcs, they're fine. It's just like Dressrosa arc, you had like 5 minutes of episode in there, I swear. And even like the most recent arc, even though they're not doing as much like recap and opening and ending, there's so many scenes they just replay, which I really hate. Like, I swear, I've seen the scene of the purple hair girl smiling and crying so many times. So many times now. It feels like it just takes a really long time where it doesn't have to. Anyways, I better focus on clapping this guy. Throw that out there. Oh, no, shoot. I meant to go finisher. It's alright. That should actually kind of did some work there. Plus in the forge, poison potion's kind of bad. How long is it, out of curiosity? I gotta know it, because like if it's 12 anime, I mean if it's 12 episodes, it'll be done within the next week. If it's like, man, another adrenaline never feels bad except time either, but malaise is, honestly, yeah, I can finish that pretty quick. Usually with the older animes to get weird, it's gonna be like Hunter x Hunter or One Piece. Not that Hunter x Hunter is bad by any means. Hunter x Hunter is awesome. It's just really long. Well, I wouldn't even say really long. 150 episodes compared to One Piece. That's fair. Snickle is crazy, just not for this stat. Busted Crown is... I hate taking Tiny House, but that was actually a pretty good random upgrade. Catalyst? Alright, I'm in. No, I'll definitely give it a try. I thought it was going to be one of those 100 episode ones. And, whew, those are usually hard to slot in. Because it's like, man, do I want to watch Spy Family's 12 episodes a season? Get fully up to date on that, or do I want to spend, like, a bunch? Yeah, that's fair. I haven't ever watched Dragon Ball. When I was a kid, Naruto was the big thing. Let me... Naruto was pretty big, and that's what I got into anime with. I mean, I never ended up finishing Shippuden, but I told all my friends I did, so I could still be cool. Oh, I'll play some expertise. I don't watch shonen too often anymore. I'm usually into dramas or romance usually. I need to focus probably, honestly. I've gotten too busy talking about anime. No, I'd actually rather talk about anime than anything else. To me, talking is more important as a streamer than just gameplay. So when I'm watching streams, I'm usually more interested in what the person's talking about than the gameplay. Oh, shoot, this kind of sucks. Damn, fair. Everyone was watching Naruto on Netflix. Well, not everyone. My small friend group was. And so that's how I started the anime train. That's fair. I still remember the days where I thought No Game No Life would get a season 2. Because it was still like somewhat fresh. It was only a year or two old, so everyone was like, oh, season 2's incoming. That take aged real poor. Ooh. Most of our cards are already upgraded, huh? Well, half. It goes so hard, though. We'll go for that super elite path. Orange pellets isn't awful. Cheap footwork and a card removal, first and foremost. Finisher is not too great. Favorite Crane's good on silent. I mean, it's a silent exclusive, so. That's about it. That's actually one I've never even heard of, honestly. I've heard of everything else, but not that one, surprisingly. I consider myself a pretty avid anime watcher. I've watched over 100 at this rate. What's Inuyasha about? Assuming you've watched it. Oh, I've heard of Yu Yu Hakusho. I still haven't watched it. I really need to watch more old anime. What's about them? Because the person who wrote Yu Yu Hakusho, no, it was either Yu Yu Hakusho or Cowboy Bebop was the same person who wrote Hunter x Hunter. But I remember that one of them is unfinished, which was the main reason it deterred me. Granted, Hunter x Hunter is unfinished, still one of the best anime. It just sucks getting into a story knowing you're not going to be able to finish it. Interesting. What's the worst anime you've watched? I'd try to give the worst anime, but I went through an isekai arc. That's fair. And if you've seen a lot of the isekai out there, they're bad. Pretty bad. Like, awful. Just most isekai. Yeah, that's fair. There was one isekai that was really weird. But like, how do I describe it? Because all isekai are kind of, well, not all isekai. There's some real hidden gems in there. A lot of isekai are really similar, though. Oh, knocked gems. Darn it. Oh, looks like we're in the same boat then. I'm gonna try to look it up and find it for a moment, but I don't think I can find it. It was weird though, because like he turned this girl into a slave, and then it got revealed that girl was like 15. I'm like, what the hell? It was absolutely fucking wild. It was one of those classic harem isekai power fantasies, not in a great way. It was just weird as hell. Wait, I think I found it. Yeah, I think it's Death March into a Parallel World Rhapsody. Really weird, not my thing. Believe it's that one. Absolutely would not recommend watching it. Not too great. Have you seen Mushoku Tensei? Mushoku Tensei is weird, but it handles the topics a lot better, honestly. Like, definitely deplorable. At least the topics are, like, handled pretty well. Mushoku Tensei is definitely one of the best isekai out there. Up there with, like, ReZero. Whoops. Konosuba is also a good isekai, if you don't mind comedy. That's fair. Yeah, Mushoku Tensei is starting to devolve into a harem. A lot of people hoped it wouldn't get that way. And it's going down that way, honestly. That's fair. Harem isn't my favorite thing. Mushoku Tensei hasn't good enough story outside of the harem. But yeah, harem animes are... Yeah, they aren't too awesome, in my humble opinion. I don't mind voices too much. Do you watch subbed or dubbed? I'm usually a subbed fan. Yeah, me too. Oh, dash was actually part of the option there. Oh, oopsies. Reflex is pretty good. Man. I really need Catalyst. This fight actually might kill me. Really? There's no way, man. Dubbed anime is like the bane of my existence. I'll probably give it a try dubbed, but no promises I'll watch the whole thing dubbed. I dislike dubbed anime so much. Then perhaps. My main thing with like English voice acting is, one, the lips don't match up. That's not the biggest thing. That's pretty minor. Two, they use the same voice actors for all. They've got like 6 voice actors, for every anime. Well, like dubbed people, not subbed people. And it's like, man, you can just tell. That's just my opinion, though. Oh, what's Ghost Shell? I haven't heard of that one either. Perhaps I'm not as well versed in the anime arts as I thought I was. The only anime I've watched and dubbed, other than the few rare times I accidentally click on... Nope. Oh yeah, max HP doesn't matter much. Forgot about that. That's fair. I don't mind recognizing a voice actor every once in a while. It's pretty, like, neat. My issue with, like, dubbed is like, every anime has the same 6 ones, in my opinion. And I was like, huh. But I mean, the main thing is just, like, quality. If the quality is good, then I'll probably stick with it. Dub stuff is nice because then I can eat and watch at the same time, or I can like cook and watch at the same time. Whereas without that, you can't really. Do that kind of stuff. How current are you with like anime stuff? I'm curious if you have any like anime from this season's, or if you have any thoughts on this next season of anime coming out. But if you aren't like a super like current watcher, that's really fair. No shame there. Some years I take breaks, some years I'm like super invested. This year I'm moderately invested. And have you watched the latest Demon Slayer season? Because I haven't quite watched it, but I've heard really cool things about it. So I was curious on your thoughts on it. We aren't fighting Time Eater, are we? Dono and Deca? Oh, that's so free. That's crazy free. For some reason, I'm not playing on borderless windowed, so I just scroll up and see all that. I'm gonna close tab. There we go. I don't know. I really like mature themes in anime, so it might be up my alley. And not like porn, obviously, just like actual mature concepts. I don't mind lewd stuff in anime as long as it doesn't like overshadow the story. It's best done when it actually like adds to the story, but that's very rare. Shoot, Akira sounds similar. Let me give that a look up. I really feel like I've watched it. I have not watched Akira. Never mind. thinking of something entirely different. I thought that one was about fish people. Damn, I'm gonna have to give it a go. Is it better than season 1 or... Well, season 1 and 2? Because I think season 1 is probably my favorite Demon Slayer so far, but season 2 is so close behind. Maybe that's not even fair to... I need to play kind of smart. Can I get a Wraith form here? Yeah. Wraith form is definitely saving my ass. That's fair. So do you watch mini comedies or just Spy X Family? Because I noticed like all of your like animes were like shonen, and then Spy X Family stood out to me. So I'm mostly just curious there. Spy X Family's pretty good. It had a surprisingly good story. Yeah, I don't either. Comedies are honestly probably my least favorite genre. They don't usually hit too well with me, but Spy X Family did. It just has a pretty good story. And it's funny. I'll admit it. It's funny. Maybe laugh at times. Yeah, that's fair. Story to me is the most important thing, but honestly, if you have good enough combat, you can get by. What's an anime that's like mostly combat? I mean, Demon Slayer obviously is mostly, but its story is fine. I wouldn't say its story is like extremely exceptional. It's good though. And so it's rough to say it's only... Apologies, I was thinking again. It's rough to say its only thing is story, because that's definitely not true. I mean, its only thing is breathtaking combat. Oh no! I got rid of that. That sucks. Yeah, Demon Slayer doesn't have a crazy story. It's not bad though. If its story was bad, then I still wouldn't watch it. But Demon Slayer's main thing is just the combat's so pretty. But I'd say it's pretty generic in the sense of, or what I know so far as of season 2, because I haven't watched season 3, is like chosen main hero, and he does stuff. Well, that's pretty mundane of a description, but chosen main hero, pretty good guy. I wouldn't call him like the most crazy anime protagonist or anything. Again, not to diss Demon Slayer though. Demon Slayer is crazy good. I feel like I'm ragging on it a bit too hard. When in reality, it's probably within my top 20 favorite anime. That's rough. I haven't seen this much of this season. Let me jog my memory on the ones I have seen. But I think the only thing I've seen this season is like a pretty bad isekai. I think you might be ahead of me on most of the ones I want to watch because I've been behind on anime. See. Yeah, I haven't watched many of these, honestly. I've heard of a lot of them, but I'm not. I've. Yeah, I need to catch up on this season. I don't think I can give good recommendations on this season. Because right now I've just watched only like 3 romances, which I don't think is to your style. Might be wrong on that. And I've watched Run really bad at Isekai. Uh, I can tell you avoid this one about undead. I forget what it's called, but it's about undead. And it started out pretty dang interesting. Wasn't that good. Wasn't my cup of tea. Last few episodes were absolute slog. And I think you've got all the main shonen really good ones already on your list. Are you caught up on that time I got reincarnated on slime as a slime? Because I've heard some mixed things about this most recent season. I haven't watched it, of course, but I was curious on your opinion. From what I've heard, this next season is pretty... Apologies, I was thinking. It's pretty, just dialogue heavy. And mostly spent in just a meeting room. No cool fantasy combat stuff. Which world building is important too. Yeah, a lot of people I watch like anime recommendation channels just to get my lineup going for the season. Before they ranked the slime anime as like S tier, and now it only got an A tier, which is rough. I mean, A tier is still great, but almost all of them were giving warnings on just not as much cool combat, more just meeting stuff, which is cool. But I mean, a good chunk of what I was there for was cool combat, I ain't gonna lie. I kinda wanna see Rimuru kick ass. Oh no, he's also. Poison Funnel's interesting. Is Mayhem actually alright for this deck? Is there any cards I wouldn't want to play? The worst I could see happening is like, Catalyst. If I play my Catalyst, I'll be kicking myself. So I guess not. Mayhem always feels like something I really want, but I never take it. There's always a card in my deck that I know if I play it, I've killed myself. But man, is it tempting. Oh, better recall. Oh no, I didn't mess that up. Let's just card XP. I messed that up. Malaise pretty much kills them. Not Malaise, but Catalyst. There we go. Terror is so good. It's not for this deck. Reptomancer. Oh boy. Pretty sure the only reason I survived the last Reptomancer is because I got Wraith form. I love me some Wraith form. I used to absolutely hate it. But then I decided to give it a chance one day, and man, I can't stop winning with Wraith form. Just a solid card. We don't need Piercing Well. Into Adrenaline and Bulk Work off. Free pot? Oh, Repto. Yeah, it is. But to be fair, I took like 4 elites this act, so can't complain too much. I had it coming by taking this many elites. Definitely my fault. Really, I've been hoping for a Wraith form, because I have Orange Pellets, one of my favorite relics in the game. I prefer Orange Pellets on defect. Biased Cognition Orange Pellets is one of my favorite combos in the game. Reptomancer's gonna mess me up. Alright, that's fine there. XP's good. What's your opinion on Wraith form? Nope, not worth it. That's fair. You're so based. Probably could have blocked more this turn, actually. It won't kill us. We aren't healing that back, though. What card would you say is the most noob trappy? Or I guess anti-noob trappy, perhaps, could also be a metric. Because, like, Wraith form I used to absolutely think so. I already kind of said that. But that was just an example. Concentrate and expertise are good to keep. Pair really well together. Or I guess easier way to word that. That's fair. I don't know. I took Diva form a lot as a noob, and now I don't take Diva form as much, which is the watcher gain energy. Wouldn't say it's bad. I also took Demon form a lot, and now I take it a little less. Demon form's still really good though. Get Catalyst off here. Deadly Poison should have been first. Oops. Echo form I was way scared of. Wraith form I was never take. Absolutely never take that stuff. Yeah, Echo is the best. I still have trouble slotting it in, but I can't deny its sheer power. I wish I was a little bit better with it. Bouncing Flash, I honestly don't feel like it's a take care. 12 Poison's kind of crazy. I'll take... no, I won't take it. I'll take an escape plan though. A lot of the silence cards, I actually struggle to see like why you wouldn't take them. Escape plan's one of those where it's like, isn't it just card draw technically free block, other than Time Eater, of course, and the heart can also mess with it. But I don't know. I've always thought like Adrenaline is just kind of like free. Is there any situation where Adrenaline, other than like Time Eater, the heart, is there any situation where, like, that would be bad? 0 cost, 1 draw? Just kind of free draw? Well, not free draw, it's technically neutral draw. Technically, it's free potential block. Just curious. Alright. Yeah, it helps you too much. Adrenaline is crazy good. I was just curious if I was just silly or if there's actually just that's an always take card any deck. Because it seems weird to me that there's just like a universally awesome card. Because like there's even sometimes I won't take Wraith form, but like I'm always taking Adrenaline. I can have 5 Adrenalines. I'll still take a 6th one. It just doesn't hurt my deck. And to me that's always felt really weird. To have just a card that's always take. And like, I mean always take. That's fair. Offering, I'll take 1. 2, I have to have a really good deck going on. Or a somewhat niche deck. Just because 6 damage, if I'm taking like 12 damage a fight, I'm usually going to end up killing myself. Adrenaline, haven't seen a downside yet. Oops. Oh, let's go ahead and discard that. Footwork out. Noxious Fumes. Another footwork. Yeah, what struck me as weird about Adrenaline is I can take like 6. And it's like, man, what were they thinking when they made that card? But I guess it doesn't make it feel too busted. When I get it in a deck, I guess 5 Adrenalines is probably less impactful than 1 Wraith form. Well, maybe not 5 Adrenalines. Oh my god, that would be crazy. Skewer and Whirlwind are awesome. They're lovely. Honestly, even like reinforced body with the defect is awesome. X-cost cards are usually not too bad. It depends on the card. I'll take Crippling Cloud. You know, I said these guys were free. I might be slightly taking that back. Because I really need to get Catalyst off. I just haven't yet. Yeah, they do, absolutely. I hate that I always get Chemical X on non-X-cost card decks. Alright, I definitely need to get Catalyst off this turn. Because Donu is scaling. Yeah, I've probably got this. Yeah, you're right. I just was getting nervous because he's getting close to 10. I think it'll be fine because... Yeah, you're right. I'm going to do that. I completely forgot about my potions, honestly. Thanks for the reminder. I was just nervous because I only had one catalyst, and I was like, man, Donu is not going down as quick as I would have wanted. And seeing like 21 times 2 was starting to get a little bit scary. He's dead this turn. I don't know why I was thinking about attacking him. Sorry for being a bit quiet. I was just trying to focus for a moment there. Alright. Thanks for coming to the stream, by the way. It's always pleasant having you around. Don't feel pressured to ever come, by the way. I don't mean that to be like a pressure thing. But it is always just really pleasant having you around. It makes me much more talkative. Although it's good practice just talking to... Yep. There we go. Not too bad. Yeah, I know. I just don't want anyone to ever feel like pressured or anything. And so I always try to be very clear on like, there's never a pressure thing. If you never showed up again tomorrow, fair enough. I'm happy you're here now, not happy you're here forever or anything like that. And I just wanted to ensure like, it felt like that. Alright. There's Chemical X. Chemical X of Malaise isn't awful. Crown Scales is also pretty good. So is Sundial, though. That's tough. Sundial is probably the best of all of them, though. Endless Agony isn't... Actually, Glass Knife I think I can live without the most. It doesn't exhaust. Points for the heart, yeah. I thought I had enough money. I didn't do exact math, and now I am exactly 2 off. Which feels lovely, I can tell you. Attack isn't too good on the Silent. Strength isn't too good for this deck. Alright. 6 plus 8... 14... I can buy them both unless I did my math wrong. Nope. Oh yeah, I forgot. It doesn't work with Mark of Bloom. Ah. Oh well. Honestly, a lot of times I find these guys worse than the heart. These guys can output some serious damage. I need to get after image up. Oopsies. That's fair. Melee's is going to be awesome for the heart. Minusing the damage, he's only going to be able to hurt me on his 60 damage turns. Those turns will suck though. I'm not too certain about the heart. I have a lot of potions. Yeah, these guys suck. These guys have probably killed me more than the heart. But that might just be proxy of... If I could do these guys, I wouldn't be suffering. No, calculated gamble, isn't it there? Had to think about that. Gonna take some damage. I could have used my block potion there. No, it was fine, actually. This kind of sucks. Fine. After this run, I am probably going to go to bed, by the way. That's fair. I've been playing kind of slow today because, man, something just feels off. I feel tired, honestly. Not to complain or anything, though. But I was like, man, I am playing slow and I am playing sloppy today. Holy moly, what condition was it in? I assume pretty good. It'd be sad to let a guitar like that fall into ruin. Reflex display there, actually. Alright. Most people say, like, oh no, old guitars sound like the best, but that's pretty fair, honestly. I've never done anything with a super old instrument. I just bought a pretty cheap keyboard and started going crazy on that. Unfortunately, my keyboard doesn't have enough octaves to play a lot of songs I want to play. That's fair. I think my keyboard only has like 3 octaves, which is kind of... It's not the smallest. That's pretty good here. Entropic Brew is crazy, actually. I might regret that block potion. It's not that much. It's not the tiniest keyboard I've ever seen, but there's like plenty of songs where it's like, not that I play much anymore. Alright, that's pretty good here. Well, I wouldn't say it's pretty good. I need my powers. That's honestly good, because otherwise you'll forget. And that was my biggest... That's one of the biggest reasons I, like, stopped. Is forgetting sucks. It feels so unmotivating to, like, practice for, like, a year straight, get good, and then lose it all. I mean, I guess I still know where, like, the notes are, and I could get into it easier. It's just still much more unmotivating when it's, you know... That's fair. I never got to that point, I guess. Because even after like a year or so. That's fair. After a year or so, it's like completely forgot the songs, which kind of sucked. And I fell into a loop of like, if I can't remember the songs, what's the point? But honestly, it was mostly just lack of practice. If I had practiced more, I'm sure it would have, you know, actually stopped. Escape plan. Endless Agony is mid. Blur is good here. Pair it with a Survivor. That's fair. Oh, kind of makes sense. I'd say I half get it, half don't. Do you mean like sight reading? Or do you mean like more like song creation angle? Because a lot of songs use like the same chords, and so if you're getting at that, I think I understand. But I might be not understanding. Because like a lot of ragtimes obviously use like similar chords, at least on piano. And so if you know one ragtime, a second ragtime is easier to handle. And so I could totally get that angle. Is Catalyst crazy here? I'll wait a bit more. Okay. I guess that makes sense, kinda. Yeah, that's fair, actually, because, like, what I was learning was muscle memory for a song. I'd just play a song until I had it muscle memoried, but then you kind of forget that. Obviously, the longer you practice, the less likely you are to forget it. You know, I've never thought of it like that. That's actually pretty wise. Because thinking about it, yeah, I just, you know, played the song, but I didn't know the song, I guess. That makes a lot of sense. Oh yeah, I forgot to use these. I'll probably use it with Catalyst. Whoops. Get rid of that burn. Let's see, keep Bane and Expertise. Maybe I should have kept Piercing Wow. Oh, does he actually remove buffs? I thought he just buffed himself. I didn't realize he could also remove buffs. But I noticed my strength minus is gone, and I don't think he just gained 7 strength out of nowhere. Maybe I'm wrong, though. The Survivor and a Reflect. There's Catalyst. Duplication Potion. There we go. Got him at 576. Man, I don't know if that's enough. Play Choke, because why not? Sounds fun. That's fair. I learned some of that. Because after I stopped playing piano, I got more into chord progressions and stuff like that. But I never got too deep into that, and I think had I started with that, it might have been better. Again, I don't think my piano teacher was absolutely the best piano teacher. She kind of mostly just walked away and just kind of let me go crazy at it. I definitely will, because that side was always more interesting anyways. Music theory is what it's usually called, I believe. And that side was definitely what was more interesting. It's just my piano teacher taught me the opposite of that, which just sucks, kinda. There we go. Not too bad. I definitely will. I'll do it after stream. Well, I could do it right now. Well, is it like a long topic or is it? I'll catch you next time. You have an awesome night. Thanks for showing up.